Hey there, mamas! You are listening to Release Your Inner Power podcast, where we talk about having both me time and being the best mom, sharing stories, encouragement, and tips for taking the steps to release that inner power and that mom guilt. I'm your host, Shauna B. Here we go. One quick thing before we get started. I will be doing a drawing for a fun gift each month. Here are 3 ways to enter. You can email me to share your juicy takeaways, topic ideas you want to hear, or share a story. Share this podcast on social media and tag me with what episode you listened to and what you learned or loved about it. And if you leave a review, you will get 2 entries into the drawing. I will announce the winner the last week of each month. Okay, let's get started. What is up, you guys? I hope you're having a good day today. It was super sunny and nice where I'm at. Then it totally shifted gears and rained. I also shifted gears today because I was going to do a video for you guys on a completely different topic, and then I kind of shifted a little bit into something else. So people are still lighting off fireworks. So what I wanted to do for you guys today is just give you a little mini training on overwhelm. You know, when you're juggling all the things, all this stuff is going on. Maybe you're having to do 5 to-do things, and then your kid loses their business, and now you're having to deal with an episode of them and them being really upset about something. So now you're problem solving. Meanwhile, you have to make dinner, and then you still have 2 more things you're supposed to do. You know, I'm just saying, it could be you think that is hitting the fan, right? And you're just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm out. Boop, boop. You know, we all have moments like that, especially as parents. You know, we all have moments like that, right? So what can we do in something like that? Now, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that have worked for me and that I've learned from the past, from people also recently. And I've kind of mixed it up a little bit, and I kind of use different ones. Now, there's one where if things are going and you can feel like you're getting overwhelmed and you're just almost done, you stop, stop, take a second, take a deep breath in. I'm okay right now. Everything is fine. What is the next thing I need to do? If you need to do all these things and your kid's losing their business, okay, now you just tend to the kid, because guess what? Dinner still will be made. It might be an hour later, and that's okay. Helping your kiddo out, smoothing everything out, getting everything did, with that, so, get everything better. Now you can focus on dinner, right? You can move to the next step. So I guess what I'm trying to say is overwhelm, there's some steps. You can pause, hit the pause button, assess the situation. I'm good. Everything is fine. What needs my attention the most right now? And do that. Once that, what I call in crisis mode, when the crisis is over, what next is most important? What, check in with yourself. What is the next thing that needs to be done right now? Because everybody's going to be okay taking these steps moving forward. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Check in with yourself in that moment. Once you take the deep breath in, once you take your second and you pause, and what's the next step? And then finally you'll be like, oh man, got crazy there for a minute. It got real dicey, but you can get back in, you can reel it back in and prioritize your next steps, right? Check in with yourself. Now, what do I mean by check in with yourself? You can ask yourself questions okay, what are my goals that I need to actively have done next, right now, in the next 3 hours? Are my needs being met right now? Do I need to take a break? How am I feeling? What could be the next step to ease this situation, to ease this feeling of overwhelm, right? Take a break, walk away, come back, right? Checking in with self and then moving to the next step. One thing that I really, really like to do is sometimes my brain's going, if you got 100 things to do, as we all do, right? Sometimes my brain's going 100 miles an hour. What really works for me is when I can take a second to stop doing what I'm doing, I take a deep breath in and out. I'm like, I'm okay. I just need to get this out. I will pull a journal, piece of paper, whatever, and I will brain dump everything, my to-do list, my goals, what I'm thinking about doing, blah, 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 like everything onto a piece of paper, right? And then I move that piece of paper or my journal to the side. I go do something else for 5 minutes, and then I come back. What do I need to do next? Or what needs to happen today? And I can worry about the rest later. I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to misplace that idea or lose it or whatever, because it's all on a piece of paper. I can go back, and then I can go back when I'm not so overwhelmed and feeling frozen about it on what to do, or just, before you're like, I'm out, before you get to that moment, you can go back and reprioritize what you really want to do next. Like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do this. And today I'm going to do this. And then the next day I can do this. So you're still taking your steps. You're still moving. You're still going in the direction, and you're accomplishing things. But then you don't feel like you have this and this and this, like all compiling onto the same thing, right? Move with it. I know it's hard, but that's how I deal with overwhelm in those different tips and tricks. I hope they work out for you. I hope you'll try some and see how it goes for you. Checking in with yourself, brain dumping and prioritizing, just stopping, taking a deep breath, taking a second, telling yourself you're okay, and what is the next thing that needs, what is the next thing that needs my attention right this minute? Those 3 tips and tricks. I hope they were helpful for you, and I hope you guys can hear the rain. I hope you guys have a good evening, as I will tonight as well. Have a good night, guys. I just want to say thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, learned something new, or got a juicy takeaway that will bring in that heck yeah back into your life. I release a new episode each week, so make sure to subscribe. If you love the show, want to share a story, comment below. If you know someone that would love or need this episode, be sure to share it with them. I'm sure they would love you for it. Tag me and find me on social media at Ignited Decisions on Instagram and Shauna with Ignited Decisions on Facebook. I would love to know what episode you listened to and how it helped you, as well as connect on social. Okay, mamas, claim your time and release your inner power.